One of the most valuable features of StagesFlight is its ability to estimate power zones with just a short 3-minute and 10-second effort. In this video, you will learn how easy it is to set up this short FTP testing profile. First, log in to your StagesFlight profile. Then click on the Instructor tab on the top of the page. Give your profile a name. Then select Add Interval. This first interval is usually the warm-up. I usually warm up for 5 to 10 minutes. For this profile, I'll make it 5 minutes long. You could also make a very complex warm-up. I like to keep it simple. Start at 50% of your threshold, end at 100%. If you're doing an FTP test at the beginning of every class, it's very likely that most people do not know what their functional threshold power is. So the gauges that they use during the warm-up are not personalized to them. Be sure to cue your riders on the sensations they're supposed to be feeling throughout the warm-up, and use the watts line on the console to be sure that your riders are doing more work throughout the warm-up. Click Save to the right, and we will move on to the FTP test interval. Click Add Interval again. Choose the duration of your interval. FTP intervals can be anywhere from 3 minutes and 10 seconds to 20 minutes long. Next, choose your FTP intensity range. Intervals that are 5 minutes or less should be in a red zone. Intervals that are 5 minutes or longer should be in an orange zone. Rider gauges are still not personalized at this point, so it's up to the instructor to cue on perceived exertion and how the riders should feel during these efforts. Next, we have to tell the flight system that we want to calculate functional threshold power during this interval. We do this by creating an event that will take place inside of the interval. Click on Show Events, then Add Event. Then select at what time within this interval do you want this event to occur. The FTP Calc event needs to collect at least 3 minutes and 9 seconds of information to estimate FTP. When you select a time with an interval for an FTP Calc event, you are instructing the system on when to start collecting that data. So if my interval is 3 minutes and 10 seconds long, and I need a minimum of 3 minutes and 9 seconds of data to estimate an FTP, I need to start this event 1 second into the interval. 3 minutes and 9 seconds is the minimum duration of an FTP Calc event, but feel free to go longer, maybe to match the length of a song, or maybe you just feel longer efforts are better. Next, enter any text that you want to appear in the Profile section on screen. This text will appear for about 5 seconds. Now go to the View box. From the drop-down menu, select Calculate FTP. Then click on the Save button to the right. Be sure not to add any more events during the Calculate FTP event. A recovery interval is necessary after the FTP interval if you would like riders to be able to view the FTP summary screen. This interval can be at any duration you feel appropriate, and usually I'll set the range at 50%. Do not add any events during this recovery interval because it'll cause the FTP summary screen to disappear. To manually clear the FTP summary screen from the rider display, you will tap on Gauges Only or Gauges and Video on the instructor panel. To save this profile and to send it to all the StagesFlight systems where you teach, press Save on the bottom of the screen.